Peace, family. Halito, the most of the Aboriginal, Indigenous, American, copper colored family, as well as all the other brothers and sisters who can relate to our uh, our traditions, cultures, and us learning our heritage. Much respect to everybody. I just wanted to tap in, you know what I'm saying, to refresh this here because we have to continue to keep trying to explain things to people in like all right, we're in school, y'all. So despite us still have to physically build, we still have to break down and teach because even though many claim to be learned or conscious or educated, there it's crazy how this is unknown or scary or hateful to them. It's like making your school of thought or your ideologies gangs in some fashion. So when you see a gang that's probably older than all the gangs come up and say, hey, no, I'm not part of your gang. I'm in this gang over here. You have the gang say, hold on for a minute. All you millions can't leave us because we original. No, we came over there. No, man, I found out that my gang wasn't associated with your gang in the fashion that the white folks has told us that our gangs has been associated. I know that sounds crazy, yeah. But so here you got people that's representing a gang in neighborhoods that they never been to. It's like I was raised in and this is my hood. Now I got some people in 10 states over claiming my hood, and my hood don't exist in their hood. Right? So I see these people claiming my hood and don't say nothing. I'm talking about the Africans. Knowing damn well you allowing Aboriginal, Indigenous Americans, blacks, Negroes here in America, aka African Americans, to hijack their own history for you. Wow. And then you come over here and get grants and screw our women and get with all the white women and talk down on the Negroes here because you want to leave your shithole in Africa. And that's not to disrespect the whole African general. I'm talking to the ones who have this form of mentality, which it appears majority of them have it. You allowing us, brothers that still lost, to claim a neighborhood that they ain't even from, and you know they not from. They don't have no documents to prove that they from. They don't got no pictures to prove that they from. Other than them saying we got the same skin color when we all been on this planet, all in a motherfucking different regions. So the Africans are with the white supremacist motives of letting them hijack America so they can get their more docile asses here and get our more hostile asses in an era where they can work with the white man and hack our ass up in their little villages that they want us to come over there and live in. You dumb motherfuckers can go there if y'all want to. Y'all can go to that trap if y'all want to. But I did have to put this in here even though I brought that up. I don't script nothing. Everything's straight off the dome all day. I ain't finna be standing in a stack of books. That's for some of y'all. This the way I get down. It's this the way others get down. Others get it down the way they won't get out. Stop trying to tell brothers how to teach this stuff. How to stop telling, because it's gonna be different spirits or souls. We're different souls, different generational souls with different forms of expression. So some of us but you know what? I'm not gonna say that. Majority of us are coming out as fiery because that's the mentality of the ancestor spirits saying, look, this is the time we have to rush this situation and we have to tap into those who have the aggression and the bravery and the strength and the ability to push this on and don't care about material possessions, don't care about having a style, don't care about having a lot of money, don't care about all the unnecessary things that's not beneficial for what they want us to do. That's why none of the Pan-African movements doesn't work. I'm telling you, all that stuff didn't work because that is what the ancestors don't. That ain't what it is. They're on the other side. Those that still here, earthbound is here, spirit guys working with some of us. Okay? Call it what you want to. And they putting us in positions. I understand why I went through all those schools of thought, mastered them, and had to learn these things so I can understand them in and out. So when I get to this point where I'm at now, ain't none of that shit can hinder me to speak against the newfound truths that I always continue to find, because that's what I am. I'm a truth seeker. Okay. Yes, none of the stuff that we have is not 100% true, because a lot of the shit that we do have today ain't 100% true. But what we can know is that long as I can find my motherfucking family, and I know that I got generations and generations of family that been here before Christopher Cristobal and all the motherfuckers came to South America, and when all the colonists came here, I have family members already here owning land and living amongst the land, different tribal names, because we all married in different tribes. What I found out that, you know what I'm saying, they was in areas in South Carolina and North Carolina. My grandmother was born in Saluda, North Carolina. Saluda? Yeah, it did say Saluda. And her mama was Cherokee. But when people say Cherokee, I found out that from a relative in North Carolina that the Cherokee was more of a title for like a lot of more tribes up under it, because the white man didn't want to just say, oh, this tribe. They didn't want it to make it look like it was so many tribes. So they worked hand in hand to allow that name to be surfacing as one tribe when it's multiple tribes up under that name. Go check that out. You know what I'm saying? It's brothers out there shooting the knowledge about that too, from what I heard, but these are things that I personally found. But anyway, reason why I say that Indigenous was done just like Egypt is because as the white man or this beast was going around ravishing and pillaging the world, he doing the same thing he doing in Egypt. Look what they just did to Nefertiti. Everybody is white all of a sudden, or some kind of pale person. You get what I'm saying? They did that there. They took that knowledge and they tainted that knowledge. And then when they came over to the new world, they took the black faces off shit and put the day faces and the most palest faces they can get, along with the mongoloid look in there, to justify that they own this land, or that they was in this land, or this is their land. They did the same thing, and everywhere they go, nothing new. What is it so hard for some of you Pan-Africanists and brothers Africanism can't understand that the white man done the same thing in America and he did in Egypt as a way around the world. Period. That's what happened. So we have to understand that all of us has been hijacked. Period. And then what he did, he mixed it up to the point where we hijacking each other's shit and don't even consciously know it, because he put it in the history books that way. So we will be right now debating and arguing right now. I'm debating and arguing with major aboriginals that don't even know the aboriginals, because the African doctrine has been implanted so hard with the Willie Lynch chip, it's hard to deactivate you niggas. But y'all don't see the situation of how this beast has confused us all. That lets you know, look, we had tribes here. We had tribes in Africa. We had tribes in China. We had tribes all around this motherfucker. But that don't mean we all come from one place. Because if we all in one geographical location, well, I would say if we all being experimented on in different locations, that don't mean that we from the same place, because we share the same hue or same skin color. Because once again, we already know, just because a motherfucker got the same skin don't mean he's your friend. We know that for a fact. It always been tribal wars. So we're not going to fully stop that unless we come to awareness to know that, by us being so tribally separated, that we hinder ourselves from being able to confront our issues in a more stronger fashion, I would say. And I'm not talking about violence, go kill them and all that. I'm talking about as we build and build and build and get our money and stuff up to the point where we can go with finances and confront the courts and get our shit. That's the type of building I'm talking about. But in retrospect to everything said, understand that Egypt was done just like America. America was done just like Egypt. That's why everything is whitewashed. You understand? So we resurrecting that. See, them Africans, true Africans, that's there in Africa, that's in those continents, in them areas, need to be the ones resurrecting the information that we've been wasting 70 years on. Period. 70 years on. You get what I'm saying? So for people to say, oh, Egypt is this, no, motherfucker. You got pyramids and mummies and shit way older than Egypt here in America, South and North America. So let's come off of that. Let's come off of that. Pyramids was built all over the place. Okay? So everybody try to make it seem like pyramids were just in Kemet. When they got pyramids in Nubia, they got more pyramids in other places in Africa than it is even in Egypt. So, and then they want to make it seem like because a person built a pyramid, they're African. I mean, African it ain't even an old moniker, an old name. So you got to think about thousands and thousands of years. Africa wasn't no name called Africa thousands of years ago. So what are we? Who are we? We have to name ourselves according to our geographical location. Okay. When we in this location, we have our tribal names from the locations that we in. The Mississippians, you know what I'm saying? The Canadians, you know what I'm saying? The Carolinas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We have to look at that. The Californians, you know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that these were our national tribes here in America. Just like in Africa, Angola, all of different places in Africa. The Congo, Ethiopia, Nubia, Libya, all those countries are individuals in that continent that represents a different national culture or history. Why do you motherfuckers think that everybody that's in Africa was representing Kemetic knowledge? It was other type of empires that was functioning fine as well, that didn't use those forms. Sumeria was before it. A lot of the knowledge that's in Egypt came from Sumeria and came from over here. Egypt was a place where it was basically like, to me, Egypt was like a place where they said, we're going to record everything right here. Since everything keep getting destroyed and sinking and everything, we finna just record right here. We're going to put everything right here that we can. Everything. We're going to put it all here. We're going to say everything that's going on and sort of daily life and everything. Period. And we're going to put them in text and shit. So people got to understand, man, it's more to just, you know what I'm saying, trying to put everything in one location, saying that everybody came from here and everything came from there. It ain't about, the brother's worried about, and plus it ain't even about how old, oh, this is older than that. It do, but in many ways. In one, we have to understand that who gives a fuck? Long as we got it. Now what we gonna do with it? That's the whole key. So whatever we learn about Egypt is things of the same nature or similarity expressions over here. See, that's what we get it wrong at. I found that out over the time. I said, damn. I said, it's just other people is got the same tradition. I mean, the same expressions of worldly matters and spiritual enlightenment, but they all approach them in different forms, but for the same purpose. You understand? So the white man knew he had to destroy the most profound empires to even justify to say that he this superior person. Came over to the New World, it really fucked him up over here. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, you're more. I don't want to hear none of that garbage. All of it's useless. Claim what the fuck you are. We're here. Yes, they fucked our records up. Okay, you fucked our records up and gave us some new shit. We finna re-fuck the shit up and make us some new shit to re-identify with our old shit that you fucked up. That's basically what we supposed to be doing. Rebuilding shit. But everybody want to argue about this and that and that. If Kemet in Egypt was the world's was running the world, how the hell they wasn't all over here running here? Huh? And don't tell me about the feather god or the bird god and all that. I know about all that shit too. So I ain't finna get all up in all that. That's irrelevant. The thing is that we had vast, great empires. We have let Africa be one to hijack. Oh, y'all just knew everything. Nobody, I just tap in and tap out. I'm not here to do no 3-hour motherfucking take on what the fuck it is. It's just what it is. We know we indigenous Aborigines. Okay, now what? Okay, what's next? Tired of the daily routine in this matrix. We have to build a glitch. That's why I have to put this. I'm gonna put this out now. You know what I'm saying? One thing I have to respect. I have the realization of Dr. Malachi York. Not so much all his philosophy, but a lot of his philosophy is relevant, whether y'all know it or not. I have to respect how he went and got his land and built his motherfucking Egypt. See, if you a real Pan-Africanist, let's build your own Egypt here on America. Even though America is the old Egypt, but I'm just saying, build it here, rebuild Atlantis and all that shit. This is it. This is Atlantis, Egypt. This is Wakanda. This is all the great nations on the planet can be made right and recreate this motherfucking matrix here in America. Okay, we have to bring balance back to America, and we can't use old outdated ways. We can't keep talking about shit that don't talk about us. We can't represent shit way over there that supposed to represent us. We supposed to talk about shit that represent us here in America, because those Africans can't help your ass over here because they dying to get over here. Okay, they can't even help their damn self over there. And I'm not trying to disrespect it, but it is what it is. You fight where you at. The Hawaiians did what they had to do. The Chinese had to do what they had to do. Everybody had to do what they had to do after the colonists left their goddamn land. Yeah, some of them was lighter and brighter than they was when the motherfuckers came, but they had to do what they had to do. Okay, and that's what we have to do. If we have to use this motherfucking beast tools in this goddamn system, that's what we got to use. All that old, I don't want to use the white man shit. That's an excuse not to do shit, but yet just keep talking about shit. Okay, I'm gonna use the beast tools on his ass. He pull a gun on me, I'm gonna pull a gun on his ass. Legal gun. Okay, simple as that. Okay, we ain't playing with spears and feathers and shit no more, and riding horses and all that old type of shit. We on some whole other shit. These motherfuckers trying to turn us into machines and shit. Some of us are already machines, but we have to understand that everything that we doing today as Pan-Aboriginals, we supposed to rebuild everything in this motherfucker ourselves, because we're not going to get the help as fast as we need from this government, even though we may have treaty papers we found and so on and so forth. Not telling you brothers and sisters don't do it, continue to do that. But we have to have brothers outside of that, the sisters outside of that, building at the same time where we can build up finances to the point where we can help you guys who already within the records and documents getting this shit pulled. We can finance y'all while we are building what we're building. Or to say, okay, those are y'all that's into the vital statistic records and everything and helping people get together, even though it's a lot of y'all doing it individually, we have to make things one thing. We can't have 500 people doing that same thing and they all saying, I'm this tribe, I'm that tribe. Okay, we understand we tribes, but we understand we all fucked up to the point where we got to work as one tribe from one cause, meaning that those of you that's dealing with Rochester records, we fund that ourselves when we build together right now. Like, I'm about to open up a smoke shop over here. I don't know where I'm going to do it. I've been looking at buildings, me and my wife, but and my thing is I'm hiring my kids and just my people. I don't give a fuck what an Asian say, white gotta say. It is what it is. So that's what that shit for. And then I will be able to send shit around to all other states to show you that, hey, this is the CBD that work. This is the real shit that work with your grandma's leg, your grandma's cataracts, your grandma. I'm learning medicine to be able to build a business where we can legally come get it from a real black motherfucker, a real indigenous. I know the word black don't mean what it is, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's not be petty about this shit. It's part of the vocabulary that people understand today. Period. Anyway. And along with the clothing, we don't have to wear no feathers and all that type of shit. I mean, at a certain time, a point where like a gathering, yeah, that's cool. The tradition and powwows are necessary, cool. But That ain't what we need to be walking around doing. We have to be modernized to the point with the same mind state of our ancestors, Aboriginal ancestors back then. We have to modernize this shit to the point where we only using a little bit of the old, but we using new methods, new approaches, so the beast can't really figure us out because he figured out the old ways. Keep approaching shit the old ways. He keep diffusing it. He can't do it. He keep diffusing it. The ancestors is diffusing it. Every time we talk about we African, let's do this, do the ancestors be like, nope, that ain't what it is. Make it fail. They got to know who the fuck they are. That's why it's not working for us. Period. I meditate. I said, damn, why none of these movements, they get so close to trying to get something happen and just fall out of place. You get assassinated, Marcus Garvey get deported, and all this whole type of shit. We never get nothing done when it comes to Africa. And Africa never got nothing done when it came to us. So we got a lot of explaining to do, some of you Pan-Africans who want to justify that point. But this is what the ancestors want us to focus on. They want us to focus on building our own in-house government within this wicked tyrannical government. That is our job, to do that. Because if we're not willing to that real talk, multicultural, yeah, multicultural. You know, the multicultural. Let me tap on that a little bit. The multicultural has destroyed a lot of us. I'm here in Vegas, and I be all through Nevada, and I see a lot of multiculturalism because when I try to get things, went to Reno. I say this: when I moved to Reno, it wasn't no Juneteenth thing. This is when I was in my Pan African, and I got with brothers out here and try to get. I got a little clan going on when I got out here because I left California to come here, and it was so multicultural. It was like brother, man, you know. And there was so many multicultural brothers and sisters. They was half breeds, and it was hard to get them to relate to the movement because their mama was white or their daddy was saying you barely see sisters because the sisters like, I ain't going there, ain't enough brothers. I give sisters up for that, you know. But it's a lot of that going on here, so that hinders us from some of our warriors that we need, because when a brother do get with these women, they lose their national connection with their people, because they tend to say, I got to dumb myself down to be with them, or they just dummy, period, or they just coons regardless. So multiculturalism is destroying a lot. We do have to tap on that. I will agree with it. Matter of fact, I'm making my business because I got a lot of information back on it that I got from way back reading, you know, some good books about that, like Nine Mark Bar, Visions for a Black Man, Psychological Change to Slavery. It's a lot of books that taps on that. I could bring that up. That does need to be brought up. I mean, it does raffle the racist card a little bit, but you know, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. We have to talk about everything to be able to get a clear understanding of what we're doing, and we have to understand the dynamics of the what you call it, stumbling blocks that's in our way. That's one. The Pan-African movement, Mason movement is one. Our school educational system is one. Our food eating habits and not being in tune with the land, the laws of nature, and not having land to do it is another. It's so many things. There ain't no one expression can express for everything. We have to deal with them individually. I agree. You know, I can't find an Aboriginal channel that don't love white folks. Well, you know, you don't supposed to love white folks. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between love and use. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a person can get with a woman or a man, and they can be using each other front like it's love, but it's not really love. You just getting what you want till you get to a point to what you want, and then you show the motherfucker, I just use your ass to get what I want. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no loving no white folks. I beat white motherfuckers up on a daily. You come by my shit, I'm smashing your face in. I'm pulling my legal weapon out on your ass. I'm treating them to you respecting me in my face. If I'm going to be a chief or a king and you show me respect and honor, that's what you're supposed to give, regardless of what they are. Okay. I'm not that naive. I'm not that mentally pro-blackly gone to the point where I can't function with them. I'm gonna function in this shit. I've been to prison 10 times. I've been shot, stabbed. I done did it all. I done died, came back, eye knocked out my head, fighting wars and riots. Motherfuckers can't tell me nothing about liking some white folks. And I've been on a slave ship that never moved. So I don't love no white folks. I use them for the benefit for myself and my people, period, because they have the resources. None of my people have the resources right now to really thoroughly be able to work with my people. So we have to create atmospheres, just like the Chinese come here and use all of our black asses in the ghetto. They get the money they got to take back to China or back to Africa to help their people build some shit. And that's the way we have to function. We have to moderize what's working around us. We can't think that we know because we know we Aboriginals, we just know how to do stuff all of them. No, you have to know some shit. You have to know business. You have to know war. You have to know protection. You have to know all these things in so many ways to be able to function as a governing people of self-governing people. Okay. I don't know it all, but I know the basics that's necessary. I'm not a military vet, but I know so many military vets that's ready to work with me to train people. Okay, you go to the people that's masters around you and let them be the teachers of that, not you trying to be the teacher of everything else, like all the Pan-Africans do, try to be the teachers of everything that exists. When you look at Kemet, the king wasn't so as wise as you think they were. The king was wise enough to know that he's the best at that. He's the best at that. Imhotep is the best at that. Whoopty Whoop is best at that. And y'all gonna be head behind me, and y'all gonna respect them like y'all respect me, because they the ones who helping me make this motherfucker great. You understand? And I'm not talking about it ain't got nothing to do about, because the hating part is always gonna be there due to the fact that what everybody emotionally went through. So once you get past the hate, because you know the agenda, the hate is not so heightened no more. You start saying, okay, I know their agenda, so now I have to make me agenda. That's the situation. Create our own agendas that benefit us, and we'll use these motherfuckers and all other motherfuckers to do it. And then when it come down to them, you ain't joining none of our shit. Can I join? No, fuck no. We have to keep them strictly out of our business when it comes to us in-house, in secret think tanks. They're not part of that. You can't let them be part of none of that. But we will use them motherfuckers to get their money. They like our money. I like yours too, motherfucker. You know, that's the way we have to be. You know, and then we have to be strict with brothers and sisters too, because I'm not working with brothers and sisters. That's because I'm saying that I don't want to work with brothers and sisters. That's, what do you think? You say what? Let me see that again. Say, what do you think about teaching our people how to complete a common trust? Whoa, you know what? You're right. You're right that we have to. That's the biggest what we have to do. That we have learned so much distrust from each other, dealing with these colonists and fucked us up so bad. It's for us to trust each other. It's a cold factor. I know. But you know what? In life is about chances and choices, and a lot of choices is chances. So we do have to complete some form of trust, meaning that I'm not, even though I'm saying all this, I'm not going to get in detail because I got a lot of structured plans written down. I don't want to put it all on here, but y'all talking some real deep shit. But the trust factor amongst our people is a detrimental factor. True indeed. That's why I deal with very few people. We learned so much now. We should be wise enough to be able to test motherfuckers, even though we're giving them a trust factor at that given point. You know what I'm saying? We have to do that. We have to learn how to take chances on trusting each other, even though we fuck each other over. I mean, it's a sad thing, but it has to be done. You know what I'm saying? And then we have to actually police ourselves to the point where there's laws and repercussions that will take place, as it does any government or organization. And that don't necessarily mean having to kill anybody or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to set that up to a point, and it shouldn't be to a point where everybody should focus on one leader, because everybody their own leader in their own right. So that's what we need to focus more on, how our leaders, how we create leaders. Some people are like the Pan-African, we don't need no leaders. Yes, we do. Don't believe that shit. We got to have leaders for all type of things within this movement. All of us can't be one leader for everything. Okay, it's hard to link up with like minds because it seems like all our people stop talking to each other. Indeed, because the white man has cut off our formal form of communication, a natural form of communication as a people, because he has created things like video games and all these programming things that disconnect people from their families and shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember I got my son one of those Xbox. He got one, but it's like really his business because he into like building. He be making technical shit. I got him into technology shit, but and it separates us. I mean, and it's sad because there's so many family members that I want to go associate with, but they're in a condition where when you do go there, wind up distasteful of what you witness. You know, I have done this, and that what's so hard about it is that we're so broke up in different factions of ideologies, religions, and stuff like that. This is all what keeps us separated to the point where we ain't even family members no more, because you want to be a Muslim, you want to be a Christian, you want to be a Moor, you want to be an Israelite, you want to be this, you know, so you want to be all these other things other than what's more older than original than all those, because you got a family tree that can trace you back to it. But you know, we have to get with the few like minds. It's not it don't need to be a lot of us. See, they white folks fooled us throughout years, that they made you believe that numbers was a factor. In so many ways it is, but you can have people who's very few, or maybe even one that's very knowledgeable and skillful enough to be able to deal with a mass of people on a level where they can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at we're the underdogs. We're against all odds. We always been that way. So it's nothing new for us to be able to take the underdog approach by being our Aboriginal indigenous nations that we need to be. It's not nothing new. We have these weapons. We shouldn't be talking so much amongst ourselves and what these Europeans has forced us to create. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Colorado and can't find. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh, you're in Colorado, the weed state. I'm in Colorado and I can't find anybody who wants to put in work. When it's time to put in work, many people disappear. Well, that's why I was saying that we need to create our own census. You know what I'm saying? And we have to put in where if a person want to be a part of something, everybody, I know it's kind of crazy, but a sacrifice and a contractable agreements have to be made. We have to do this shit the way everything else is being done. It ain't no other way around it. We ain't doing handshakes and shit because that shit don't mean shit. We have to have like a brother. I'm gonna share this with y'all because me and the brothers were structuring on this too. I got it written down. I'm gonna just give y'all a little thing. You got banks, a black bank. Let's just say a black bank. You know, you got the United Bank, you got different few little banks. We get a black bank. We get one of these banks to say, hey, we finna start this and this is what it is. This money that we're investing in here can't be touched by nobody for whatever amount of years. And when this money finna be touched, the only way we can touch this money, we got to have a proper business structure plan at that given date of a few business plan that we all agreed upon that we want to be invest in and put in one of our communities in America. We start that way. That way the trust can be built financially, because we do have to trust the bank outside that. So if we invest in saying, I'm going to pay $50 to become a member of whatever said organizations we decided to come up with, right? But that $50 don't go into my pocket. It goes into that bank, and that bank will separate these things. I know y'all know about these things if y'all know, because that's kind of how I got mine structured a little bit. But I don't want to get so deep. Y'all got some good questions, and I respect those. I don't think that we should worry so much about not trusting each other when it comes to finances, when we have financial banks or financial systems, economical systems that will protect any scamming amongst each other. I don't want your money. I make my own money. I will invest in myself with everybody who want to invest in us too. So it's like, say we got 50 of us and everybody got like minds. Say it's 50 of you and it's all I got like minds. And we say, okay, I got 1,000, I got 1,000. That's 50 grand. Just say it's 10 people. I know they will run quick. That's why I don't care if they run quick. I don't care if I got a whole crowd of 100 niggas. Okay. If I only could get 3 of them, 3 solid ones that's about the business, I'm proud of that. I'll set up another movement for another 100 niggas. If I gotta set up 1,000 niggas to get 100 niggas, so be it. Cause them 1,000 good ones, and 100 good ones gonna be better than a whole goddamn 1,000. So we have to learn how to play sports and chess with this shit as well. Use the shit that these motherfuckers give us. You understand? I know our people run and nobody done got money and stuff. I'm talking to those of us that got hustle, those of us that's putting in working, got jobs that can afford to put it. I mean, I know everybody can't put in $1,000. I mean, just picture this: so-called 40 million black people. Just say 30% of them put in $10 a piece. We're rich. Okay, so it's ways around. If I'm concerned so much about something, and every time I have a situation with it, I always say, okay, it's a way around that. Let me think logical around that. Okay, I'm trapped. Let me think. Okay, let me look at this way. Let me look at this way. This is how we got to do everything. Okay, we have to look at everything like that, so we won't continue to be trapped like the Pan-Africanism is. So we have to create universal factions of approach towards everything that we do. We can't limit ourselves. Like, I don't want to be around no I can't niggas or I can't women. Period. That's the key. Get away from motherfuckers that say we can't. When they say we can't, he's a typical mole or weak link. Until that mother come around and say, man, I believe we can, man, and show through action that he believe you can see the motherfuckers that do. That's what we have to do. We have to weed out the motherfucking wheat. We have to weed it out. We got to get the good shit and get rid of the bad shit. All of us ain't going to be involved in that. So we have to understand this. So we have to understand that we're going to be let's talk about this small nation. Farrakhan talk about it, but he thinks it's the nation Islam. But it's this small nation that's going to be building up. A nation that's going to know everything. A nation that's going to be in a generation where everything is going to be available for them. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I mean, pseudoscience, Pan-African science, or Pan-African ain't even a science. We just going to say Kemetic African knowledge, China knowledge, American knowledge, all this stuff is here. So we have the potential to be some of the highest functioning individuals in this world history. People say, oh, you wasn't hired at Kimmy. Well, these motherfuckers ain't have factories polluting the air and chemtrails and gangbangers killing you and police killing you and all. They didn't have all that going on. Their societies wasn't like this society that we dealing in. So what did that make you? What kind of warrior does that make you? Okay, that's what we have to look at. We some strong motherfuckers on a stupid path. Many of us. Okay, that's all it means. And brothers think because they're strong, they mean that strong covers intelligence or intellect or spirituality when it doesn't. Some think money mean that you a man. A lot of women think money mean a man, dick mean a man, good pussy mean a woman. I mean, we have to get away from these small children ideologies and always think bigger. We have to evolve bigger. We have to become perfect beings because those are motherfuckers that fucked us all over. All the perfect motherfuckers that never cuss, they got on suits and doing, don't you notice everything is opposite? All of us, such as ourselves, is higher and fire, ready want to get shit done. Malcolm style type niggas for a right approach, you know what I'm saying? Want to do shit, it's always the motherfucking coon ass niggas that cool it off. Same with the Wakanda Black Panther type shit. They want to make it seem like the brother was mean or hostile and all. No, that motherfucker's willing to die for his people to get free. Huh? And he didn't even want to even join his motherfucking ass because he already know what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So despite how it turned out in the end, but that's just another story. We have to be able to deal with everything on a major level to the point where we got to stop letting our emotions be the reason for us not to do shit along with our fear. That's where we have a problem in. That's when I got rid of that shit years ago. I've always been fearless. They even named me that when I was a Muslim. I was fearless with everything I got. In Islam, I was fearless. I thought I had everything to the point I was with it for head first, ready to die, first thing on the line. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Always been. You know what I mean? So we have to be that type of way. But I'm at this gas station. I've been talking to y'all for a while, and this don't mean to cut y'all off because I got to get some gas in this damn thing because I got to travel way over here to my other job over here. And later on that day, going to the motel party. Oh, anyway, yeah, but peace and blessings, family. I'll be getting at y'all. I don't know. I kind of got off topic because y'all started saying the things y'all was saying, but just leave comments in the below, subscribe, send messages to me, and I try to, touch bases. But I'm not trying to touch bases on everything that's, if it's irrelevant, I'm not going to touch base on it. It have to be more of an inside thing where it have to be it have to be in-house. I'm not worried about Africa. I don't care about you telling me that it's a bone in Tennessee that's from Africa. I don't care about none of that. That's irrelevant. Because brother, I know it's funny, but that's what it is. What my motherfuckers be doing. But leave the comments in the